think it's time. It's around 8:16. Time to start this video. Let us begin. Click, click, click. Hello everyone and welcome to BHD Studios and welcome to my unboxing of a new Clever Supply bag. But this is the previous bag that I reviewed, the Sidekick Pro. A little big bag. I like it. It's a little bum bag. It's not like a Sling where there's a bit of an angle, but it's a powerful little bag, a mini version of the original Sling with the onion stitching. But one of the upgrades is having this little cinch bottom here so you can add things, and we'll see that in the new V2. So let's just grab it. Alright, here we go. So let us start the unboxing and the unbagging right here of the new Clever Supply. Okay, let's just here we go. So this is the new Clever Supply Camera Sling V2. And so first things first, so this is my first time looking at it. I mean, it has the same wax canvas as the V1 as well as the Sidekick Pro, and this is kind of Todd's claim to fame. It has that Americana, that vintage vibe with the wax canvas, and so as a lot of other brands go to more maybe technical materials, like maybe more waterproof, but you know, some of us like that kind of more organic look and feel, and you're gonna get that with this wax canvas. I like the look, I like the tan. Todd asked me, do I want the tan or the black? And I said 100%, I love the tan. I'm gonna turn this around because I love this onion, I think he calls it onion stitching. I love this look. And of course it's on the back of the bag, but you know, like if you're a bag person, it doesn't matter front, back, sides. In fact, when there's more detail in the part that most people don't see, that's the thing I like most about bags. And so, as I was mentioning, no leather bottom like the previous one. And that's actually the thing that I had asked Todd before. When Todd came out with the V1, I said, look, I love that there's like solid leather on the bottom, but I said, it'd be nice if you had something more functional on the bottom. I even suggested moving the leather to the front for like aesthetics, but for the bottom, I wanted these cinch straps, and I'm actually glad that they have them here. You could put like a sweater, a light jacket, an umbrella, a little mini tripod, something functional when you're out and about. And if you don't use it, it's just knowing that you have it. It's like having, you know, like in the back of a truck, you have a bed, right? Do you use it all the time? No, but when you need it, it's there. And so to me, these cinch straps, the fact that they're here when you need them, I think is fantastic. And another thing that I said to Todd was, the previous bag, one of the things is I wanted a dimension front pocket, because V1 did have a front pocket, but it was not dimension. This one is dimension, meaning it actually does stick out a little bit. And I also wanted a rear zip, and you get that. You get both front and rear zips. And this is a 6-liter, well, Todd calls it a 6-liter, and I saw the pictures of it, and I said, Todd, the interior of this looks exactly the same as the original 6-liter. I said, this has to be a little bit bigger. And he said, yes. So it's probably closer to 6.5 liter, which is the good thing. So it's basically, if you're wondering if you have the V1 thinking, well, if this is 6-liter with the front pocket and the previous one is 6-liter without the front pocket, is the inside here smaller? And the answer is no. The interior of the main body is exactly the same, but you get this extra dimension front area here. And these are all weatherproof YKK zips. You got the weatherproof zips here, weatherproof zip here, and in the back, and this is wax canvas. So you do have full weather sealing from the top. So even in the downpour, as long as you maintain the wax canvas and as long as you have these zips zipped up, you're fine. Water is not getting through here, other than if you just completely immerse this or through an extended time in the rain, then maybe it starts to seep in a little bit. But you know, wax canvas is just famous for being able to handle abrasion, but as well as be able to handle some inclement weather. So if you're in an area where you are going to get lots of rain or snow, then just put another coating of wax on here. That's all you have to do. And so I've been excited about this little front area. I think I can organize this really nicely. Now he has all these pre-organized, it's kind of like a stretchy nylon material, and it's kind of pre-organized. I wish this was also kind of a tan color instead of it being black. And sure, the contrast is nice, but I still feel like you can lose stuff in here, especially if you have black things. But these are pockets down here, so maybe SD cards over here. You got 6 slots down here, and then you have 2 big ones in the back, and then even in the front section you got a little bit of organization. So super excited about that. And you have this rear zip here. And actually, another little close up here, you can see these zippers are like brass finish. So they have that, like I said, that American heritage kind of a look to it. And close up of that onion stitching. I always call it like a Gucci kind of look because Camera Girl loves Gucci, but this looks really nice. As well as having grab handles on the sides, as well as the one in the back, and also you could use this as a luggage pass-through, but having this rear zip is super nice because I like putting my change pouch and my wallet. Quick access, closest to my body, and so having that in here, and I'm gonna fill this out right here once we take a look at this entire bag. This is the main part of the bag that makes it really special, is this top. All right, so without it having like a flap over and you gotta lift the flap up, this is kind of like you pull it open like this, and then you have access in here. And again, this is black, and I know that Todd said that on the black bag, it's tan on the inside or like a lighter color. So I still wish this was like, you know, I don't think you can see the bottom, right? So if you have a lot of like, you have black lens hoods, lens caps, body caps, and you could easily lose it in here. Now you do get these two dividers, and so you basically get 3 sections in here, and then you have this nice, it's actually, wow, it's quite deep actually. It goes down about maybe from here to here, looks like it's about maybe 4.5, 5 inches deep. So you could put more critical things in here, like maybe if you have, I would put SD cards, or maybe an SSD drives or something really valuable in here, maybe even like glasses or sunglasses, like meta glasses up in here. And because of this angle right here, see this angle here, most of the cameras will stay down low here, and so you do have that little extra space on top. And I found that I can easily put like a dop kit or an umbrella or something up top, resting on top of here as you put items in. So let's actually start putting stuff in. So this is the XE5 with the new 23 f2.8, and you can see it easily fits in here, and it's below this line, right? So let's start off with a Fujifilm kit. Actually, let's just move this Sidekick Pro, but look at this. Look at this cute little couple here. So on light days, you go out with this, or you could maybe even carry both of these. Maybe you just put film in here, or just put a lens for quick access, and you just actually use this as a bum bag or like a waist bag, and then this is like over your shoulder. I think this is a great match here, but let's just... Alright, so here's the Fujifilm kit. Let's pull out the XE5 again. So easily you can have 3 camera bodies, right? So this is the X Pro 3 with the 35 1.4, and this could easily drop into that middle section, right? Even with this lens and the lens hood, no problem. And then this is the XT50 with the 18 f2. Again, easily fits inside here like this. And then finally, XE5, the 23 2.8. Look at that. Easily fits in here, and still tons of room along the top. So let's just grab some things. For instance, right here, okay, this is a Wotancraft camera pouch, but in here I have the Ace Pro 2 from Insta360. So if you have something like this that's in the case, look at that. Easily fits at the top and still closes with no problem. Then here is my DOP kit. If I didn't have this in here, easy put a DOP kit. So if you're accessing something very quickly, maybe even if in here you have like a lens pouch inside and you can kind of leave a camera or something thin or small on top, easily do so. In fact, here is my meta glasses, right? So here's my meta glasses, the Insta360, like that. Easy close this. Close it like that. Then now we have this front section here. I could probably just kind of like, it's not the way it's designed, but can I just squeeze this in the front? No problem. I could squeeze my DOP kit in here. Not the way that Todd designed it, but you could just, you know, this is, you know, 1.5 to 2 inches wide. If you just need to shove something that obviously you can't use any of the organization, but hey, sometimes you just need to dump something. So I can just dump that there. And then you got the back section here. Here's my Plotter Japan, the Mini 5 as my wallet slash planner, and then here's my little change pouch. So I would fit this in the back section here. Easily fits in here, fit in here. And I forgot, you always need a little pocket knife, right? So this is a Wesson, I think they call it like the grandpa or Swedish uncle knife. And it has something like this. This could probably fit in here on the side, right? Fit in here like this. And there you go. This is my Fujifilm kit, completely packed out. the shape is really nice. And then you do have this nice padded shoulder strap, and you got some nice little Clever Supply branding here, leather piece here. And I do like that Todd allows for adjusting on both sides right here. So you can figure out where you want this centered on the bag. But it would be nice if he did put like a little quick release on one side. That'd be nice. Maybe for V3. But check it out. So this is Fujifilm kit, DOP kit, knife, wallet, change pouch. And then let's open this up again. On the inside here, we have meta glasses, Ace Pro 2, and then 3 camera bodies. And so let's start from scratch again, and we'll do a Leica kit. For my Leica kit, I'm actually going to start off with something a little bit unconventional, which is an SL kit. And so this is the SL2 in the silver. Now, you could set this up so that you could just put this with the lens, but it would take up 2 compartments, right? But I think in general, maybe this is your backup body or your main body, but when you're ready to shoot, obviously you take it out. And this is a 35 Summicron Apo, so this is bigger than the non-Apo version, but this can easily fit in this. I mean, this is just to show you how much space there is. So we have SL2, 35 Apo, and then here is the 21 Summilux, which could, again, easily fit on this side over here. Or if you have a body, so this is the M10R with the new Light Lens Lab 35 double spherical. This can also easily fit on the side here, right? So we got that. So we have M10R with a 35, an SL2 body, a 35 Apo Summicron lens. And again, you still have all that space on the top. You grab the Insta360 Ace Pro 2 on the top here, and then the meta glasses. And it's a little bit tighter in here, of course, because this is a much bigger kit than previous. But let's just see. It's tight. It's tight. We made that all fit. And then we have this front space. Instead of cramming my DOP kit, I can put my daily journal in here. This is another plotter. This is the Bible size. Here's my portable keyboard. And then this is my iPhone stand. So maybe I can slip that here and then put this over here. Now, this is a pretty tight squeeze, but there you go. So super tight squeeze, but it can fit. And then in the back section here, I still have my wallet and my change pouch, right? So again, this is completely packed out. You can't put any more in here. I would never pack it like this, but just so you have an idea of how much stuff you can put in here. So again, maybe 6.5 liter with this little front section here. But in the main section, again, meta glasses, you got your Insta360 Ace Pro 2, SL2, right? And then you have this. So that's quite a bit of stuff. Let's just pull it all out just so you can see. All right. And of course, I didn't even utilize this little top section. But again, if you fill up this top section here, let's just see. Here you go. So here's the meta glasses. They can fit up here, and you can zip it up like this, right? So the meta glasses is up in this front section, but once you close it, obviously, you know, there's no magic in here. It will take up most of this top space. And so depending on how you want to put stuff, do you want it kind of resting along the top, or do you want to leverage the space here? And then maybe you can still squeeze something like a shopping bag or something that's more malleable and kind of fit it up top here. But this stretch, I actually really do like this top pocket. And I think he said there is like a hidden, yeah, there's a little zipper here, hidden here. It's a little zipper, and I think that's where you can put your air tag, or maybe if you have like a, I don't know, solid gold coin or something, you could hide it in here. And then you still have, it looks like, side pockets. Yeah, you got little side pockets over here. So this is a little light from Harlow. It's a little tube light. You can fit it on the side here. Look at that. So that will fit there. But again, that kind of takes up a little bit of space in here. So depending on how you set it up, I find that this middle section is a little bit too big for the way I like to carry things. Like for instance, the M10R can easily fit across this way here, and you could probably put even a bigger, and let's just try it here. So what we're gonna do, so here's the M10R with the Summilux, right? So let's just see. Yeah, it could almost fit across this way. You could adjust it maybe to fit this way, or you could just drop it face down like this, right? So it's kind of floating above here. Leave it like this, and then still have room for a lens and maybe another. Hey, let's just try it here. So here's my M7 body only, and it will easily fit on this side with that light over there, and then still enough room on this side here that here's my M4 with the Kex light meter and then a collapsible 50, and that should fit in here like that easily. Yep, there you go. So this easily fits like this. Still a little bit of room along the top, not a lot, and probably just enough to put something like this, right? My meta glasses. So again, tube light, body only M7, M10R with a 21 Summilux mounted, and an M4 the collapsible 50, and then meta glasses. Close it up here, and there you go. So that easily fits, and I still have in the front here, I have my keyboard, I have my iPhone stand, and then here is my journal, right? So this is kind of like my pocket office setup here. But you could put film in here, you could put SD cards, memory cards, or just kind of use this organizing, maybe filters and stuff like that. You could organize the front here, but I would probably just use it as kind of like a big dump pocket here. All right, so you can still see here, as this is filled up, it looks really handsome. And I'll insert, like, this is just my first look, so I will take this out, I'll test it. I know it's gonna be handsome. I know I'm gonna like the way this feels. As premium as that leather bottom was, it just wasn't functional enough for me. So I'm happy that he's got the cinch straps along the bottom here to make it more functional if I need it. And of course, I actually love this back view. Sharp bag, really nice. As you can see, it holds quite a bit more. I think the trick is this little curve here, and that leaves that top section. It's deceptively large. You could put a lot more in here. Like if you're comparing this to a Peak Design 6-liter, it's way more functional. And I think the biggest competition in this bag for me is probably the Wotancraft 7-liter palette, and I might do a head-to-head with that, as well as the Billingham bags. The smaller, either the Hadley Small will be good, and I think price-wise they're very similar as well. This is $275 USD for this bag right here. So let's clean everything up a little bit. All right, and so this is it, the Clever Supply Camera Sling V2. Thank you, Todd, for sending this out to me. Always excited to test out new bags. Always excited to test out bags that are meant for camera nerds like us, right? We got that vintage aesthetic. We have wax canvas from out shooting, and I need something around my neck and on my side. I usually go between a 5 and a 7 to 8 liter sling. So this is the perfect size, about 6.5 liter if you include the front section here. And with these waterproof zips, obviously it's a little bit more to open and close because it's fully sealed. I mean, look how sealed that is. Right? So I have no worries if it's raining or if it's snowing, if water will get in. And again, just add extra wax if you want it that much more weatherproof. But a lot of my jackets, you guys see my YouTube videos, I'm wearing like a wax paraffin type vintage Japanese jackets and stuff like that. So this really goes well with the aesthetic that I like. And Todd, he's a camera nerd like us. He wants to carry his stuff in a way that makes him look good, but also it's practical to use. And so this is a fantastic bag. Thank you so much again, Todd, for sending this out to me. Look forward to testing it. Let's just pull this out right here. Which camera should I end off with? Here we go. I love my M4. And then, yeah, again, here we go. Look at that. Nice and easy to open and close. I just noticed he still has the SD card holders on the dividers. I would never use it myself, to be honest. I would never see that. SD card holders, you can fit them in there. Todd said he's used it and he's never lost an SD card as he pulled cameras in and out, but I just personally wouldn't use it. But let's just close this up here. Alrighty. So wait for a long-term review. Let me know if you have any questions down below. I have links down below. I think code is BHT to use the affiliate code. But thanks for watching and happy shooting. Peace.